Hello, welcome to the video introducing NovaBACKUP Granular Restore. Granular Restore is a new tool introduced in version 18 of the backup software, NovaBACKUP Business Essentials. Business Essentials is required for NovaStore Granular Restore tool to operate. That tool can be registered for and downloaded in the backup software directly. So you can go to the inside NovaBACKUP, go to the Help menu on the web, then Granular Restore for MS SQL and Exchange. Click on that and go ahead and register for the download. And you will see the download show up wherever you download it to. In our case, it's going to be to the desktop, so it's going to be a file called NovaStore Granular Restore.zip. As you can see here, I'm going to double click on that and go ahead and install it. Now, keep in mind this machine that I'm sitting on is the live Exchange server. It's running Exchange 2013. As well as the NovaBACKUP Business Essentials client software. We're going to go ahead and install the NovaStore Granular Restore tool on this same machine, but you could install the tool on any Windows Server machine that you have in your environment. The system requirements are going to be shown on the website. In this case, it's 2012 R2 for the OS. So we're going to go ahead and double click on that installer. And if you want to go with the defaults, which we're going to do, you click Install. If you want to change the installation path, you can click Advanced. Go ahead and click Install here. It takes about 10 seconds. Then you're going to want to launch the tool after setup exits. Close out of the zip file. And we're going to show you how to restore your Exchange backup directly from NovaBACKUP. That way we can use an example inside the Granular Restore tool. So first of all, you're going to want to have a backup of your Exchange done already through Business Essential software. So in our case, we have a single backup job that's called Exchange 2013 Backup. It's only backing up Exchange, no files, just Exchange, and that's the plug-in backup method. We've already completed one, so go to the Restore tab, click on your category of storage, and then pick the latest Exchange backup that you have to do some testing with. In our case, that's July 8th here. And then you're going to want to click on Exchange Server on the left side and then go to Settings at the bottom. Settings is very important. That's where you do the alternate restore path, which is required for the Granular Restore tool to work. It has to be, the Exchange backup has to be extracted to an alternate folder. So click on Restore Files to Alternate Location, Browse. In our case, we're going to go down to the C temp folder and make a new folder here called Exchange Restore. Click OK. Click OK again. Now all that does is set the options, as you can see here, to restore to alternate location. Then you need to hit Restore. Wait for that to restore. In our case, it's going to be pretty quick because this is a small Exchange mailbox database. Once that's done, you're going to switch back over to the NovaBACKUP Granular Restore tool. And once you launch the tool, you're going to get an open dialog box. We can just show you that here. So you get a file folder open. You also have a file menu that allows you to go open file. And in our case, we're going to browse to the C TMP, Exchange Restore, Microsoft Exchange Server, the name of the machine, the folder where these files got extracted. Now, once you're in the main folder where the files got extracted, you have a single EDB file. This is the Exchange database file to click on. In our case, it's a small one, but click OK after you select the EDB file. What that's going to do is process the information and show you the mailboxes that are actually inside the backup that NovaBACKUP Business Essentials produced. And this is a listing of all the mailboxes. They look correct. So we're going to pick an example mailbox, Kazumi Amano, and we're going to expand that mailbox. And you can see we have 3 calendar items. You can see the individual calendar items on the right side. And contacts, we have 1. Sent items, we have 2. Inbox, we have 3 items. So you could restore the whole entire mailbox for Kazumi. Or you could just pick out individual items, including, say, just the calendar by single-clicking here on the calendar. You can also pull out just individual calendar items just by, on the right side, clicking what you want to restore. Say contact, left click on the Noriko Tayaka. And now at this point, once you've selected what you want to restore, we'll just say calendar and inbox in our case, you have two options. You can restore to a PST file, a single PST file with these contents included. That PST file could be sent to, say, the desktop of this server machine, or could go to a file store or a NAS, whatever you choose. That PST file could be then handed off to the end user to then restore their own items if they have that capability themselves, or the system administrator could do that for them in their own Outlook. You also have the option to alternatively restore to a live Exchange server. Now that could be the same Exchange server that you originally took the backup from, or an alternate Exchange server that you prop back up. Okay, so in this case we're going to show first the ability to restore to PST. Go to the File menu. You have two options here on where to export to. Export selected items into a PST is what we'll do first as an example. So in this case, we're going to extract to the E temp folder. We're going to say restored PST files is where we want this to go, and choose the format. In our case, we're going to do Unicode, and that's the default. Click OK. And all that did was extract the PST contents out to a folder. We'll go look at that. So E temp restored PST. And there's the single PST file that we could then integrate directly into Outlook or hand off to the end user to do themselves if they have knowledge of that. Minimize that. Close the extracted dialog progress box. At this point, we're also going to show you how to restore back to the live Exchange server. So we can hit the button here, export into original Exchange mailbox. You can also get to that from the File menu. So export into original Exchange mailbox, and it's discovering automatically the local Exchange server that we have on this same machine that we have the tool installed on. The Granular Store tool is installed on the Exchange server, so that makes it easier to restore the contents. So it automatically found the mailbox, the source mailbox, and it's telling us that it's going to restore two folders. And you're going to say export here. And it's going to show you a progress bar. It just completed successfully. And we're going to click close. So that was a test of just restoring directly to your live Exchange server. And that concludes the video. Any questions, you can go to our support knowledge base, our ticket system, and submit your question there, or give us a call. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.